Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Nature Nexus, a faceless ecological series that focuses on environmental education, medicinal plants, unreported conservation incidences, and overall conservation matters in South Africa, and hopefully with time we can cross the oceans into the rest of the world. When we think about conservation in South Africa, places like the Kruger National Park often come to mind. Vast savannas, iconic wildlife, and protected landscapes. What if I told you that one of the most important ecosystems in the country has been largely overlooked? Welcome to the grasslands of South Africa, a biome rich in biodiversity, second to the fynbos in diversity, yet it is deeply under-protected. South Africa is one of the most biologically diverse countries on Earth, divided into 9 major biomes. The question in your mind, what is a biome? A biome is a large ecological region defined by its climate, plant life, and the animals that depend on it. Further, biomes might be subdivided into bioregions. However, we are going to leave it here for now. Since our topic is mainly on the grassland biome, we are going to dig deep into the bioregions of this biome. Biomes and the total area they cover in South Africa. Savanna biome covers about 46%. Second is the grassland biome, covering about 27%. Thirdly is the Namakaru biome, covering about 20%. And then there's the succulent biome, covering about 7%. Fynbos biome, covering about 6%. Then there's the Indian Ocean coastal belt, covering about 3%. The Alabama thickets, covering about 3%. Forests cover less than 1%. And last but not least, the deserts, covering only less than 1% as well. Here it's where things get very interesting. The largest biome in the country, the Savanna biome, it is well protected thanks to parks like the Kruger National Park, Mapungubwe National Park, and Marakele National Park. Main reason why it's so protected is the ability to support large mammals, primarily the big five. First, when conservation started, the main objective was the preservation of the big five. Fynbos biome, even though it is way smaller than the grassland, it is largely protected mainly because of its status, the global biodiversity hotspot. Areas like the Table Mountain National Park, Ontebok National Park, West Coast National Park, and the Akalhas National Park. Despite its small size, a lot of conservation areas were created within this biome. Smaller biomes like the Nama, Succulent Karoo, and Alabama thickets are also well protected. Areas like Kendebu National Park, Ado Elephant National Park, Mountain Zebra National Park, Restesfeld National Park, and Namakwa National Park. Forests in South Africa cover less than 1% and are far more protected than the grasslands. They are highly protected because of rarity. Despite covering over a quarter of the country, the grasslands have the smallest level of formal protection. The only national park found within the grassland biome is the Golden Gate National Park, situated on the northeastern part of the Free State, nestled on the foothill of the Maluti Mountains, on the border of Lesotho. The park covers approximately 34,000 hectares. If you were to compare it to the Kruger National Park in size, you'd realize how small this protected area is. The Kruger National Park covers approximately 2 million hectares. Do you see the difference? The formal protected areas does not only include national parks. There are provincial nature reserves controlled by provincial conservation bodies. And again, there are municipal and private reserves. We only chose national managed protected areas as examples since we are talking about national biomes. The grasslands are found primarily in the central and eastern parts of South Africa. They are divided into 4 major bioregions. Number 1 is the Drakensberg grasslands, found in are parts of KwaZulu-Natal, Eastern Cape, and the Free State. Second is the sub-escarpment grasslands, covering some parts of KwaZulu-Natal and Eastern Cape, mostly the northern parts of these two provinces. Number 3 is the dry high-veld grasslands, found in drier parts of this biome in the Free State, the Northwest, parts of Gauteng, and Mpumalanga. Number 4 is the mesic high-veld grasslands located in wetter parts of Mpumalanga, Northern Free State, Gauteng, and some parts of the Northwest. The grasslands are shaped by fire, high altitude, and frost. By shaped, I mean how they are able to maintain their status as grasslands. What factors that limit or prevent the presence of trees in these areas? Keep in mind, some grasslands have the presence of trees in patches, trees such as Acacia karoo or Vochelia karoo. Let's leave it there for now. Grasslands are found in relatively flat areas with good precipitation, relatively cold weather. Look at towns like Standerton and Bethlehem. They have deep and fertile soils. Very little pests are present. Pests such as mosquitoes and ticks. All these factors made grasslands ideal for human settlement, good for crop development and livestock farming. Agriculture developed long before conservation did, and agriculture was and still is a vital industry for the survival of the human race. To make this even more interesting, the grasslands are rich in natural resources such as coal, gold, chrome, and other natural resources. Some of the major towns in South Africa are found within this biome, meaning more and more people reside within this biome, and when the conservation bandwagon started to gain popularity, the grasslands were fully occupied by either agriculture, mining, industrialization, and human settlement. Here are some of the major towns that are found within the grassland biome in the Eastern Cape. Number 1 is Aluwali North, Mthatha, Queenstown, King Williamstown, and Graaf-Reinet. Here are some of the major towns that are found within the KwaZulu-Natal province. It's Howick, Ladysmith, Newcastle, Moy River, and Dundee. Here are some of the major towns that are found within the Free State province. It's Bethlehem, Kroonstad, Sasolburg, Welkom, and Bloemfontein. Here are some towns that are found within the grassland biome in the Northwest province. It's Potchefstroom, Brits, and Rustenburg. Here are some of the towns that are found within the grassland biome in Mpumalanga. It's Piet Retief, Leidenburg, Secunda, Standerton, and the Greater Emalahleni area. The Greater Emalahleni area includes Witbank, Middelburg, Belfast, Kriel, Delmas, and Carolina, and that is just the tip of the iceberg. Towns found within the grassland biome in Gauteng. It's Carltonville, Springs, Bronxspruit, the Greater Pretoria metropolitan area, and the Greater Johannesburg metropolitan area. There are a lot other towns that are found within the grassland biome, but because of time I couldn't really cover the rest of them, so I chose only 5 towns per province. The consequences, the ramifications, the implications of grasslands not being well conserved are threatened ecosystems, grass orchids, critically endangered birds such as the yellow-breasted pipit, white-winged flufftail, the blue swallow, and the border slug, which is the most endangered bird species in South Africa. Their numbers in the wild are fewer than 340 birds. That's according to the BirdLife International. Their numbers have dropped over 90% in the last decade. Take a second and just think about that. Animals such as oribi and the black wildebeest are also endangered. Critically endangered flora species such as the Eucomis montana, Alu peglirae, Transvigia radulosa, and Hypoxis heme Rocalidae. All these species are now threatened and endangered due to habitat fragmentation of the grasslands. Since the grasslands are situated on the high altitude and with higher rainfall, most of our rivers originate in this area. The high altitude grassland act as the primary water tower for South African rivers. Rivers such as the Vaal, Orange River, and Tugela originate on this area, or their tributaries originate in this area. Given our water crisis in South Africa, don't you think if grasslands or these areas were well protected, our water quality would be better than what we have now? The Conservation Stewardship Program is hard at work, partnering with livestock farmers to try and conserve grasslands in an informal conservation area. However, their efforts face many challenges that are not common in official nature reserves. Enough has been said. Ivale Soga, grasslands are not empty. They are alive, complex, and essential. They feed nations, store carbon, and regulate water systems. Yet they remain one of the most overlooked ecosystems in conservation. Perhaps the time to change that has come. What do you think? I am going to reserve my opinion on this one. Share your thoughts in the comment section. In fact, if you know anyone in the biodiversity planning field, share a link with them. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please subscribe to Nature Nexus, like my videos, watch the whole thing, even the adverts. It helps raise funds. Click the bell icon notification. See you on another exciting episode of Nature Nexus. Goodbye.